Look around you. Headlines throb with turmoil. Inboxes swell with unmet expectations. Bills demand attention. And the silent tug of comparison scrolls endlessly through every feed. Even the strongest among us can feel life closing in, like wearing a weighted vest nobody else can see. You may be carrying the hidden heaviness of layoffs, medical diagnoses, fractured relationships, or just the low-grade exhaustion of showing up day after day with more questions than answers. If that's the territory you're walking through, I want you to lean in, because this moment is not merely another motivational pep talk. It is a lifeline woven from the teachings of Jesus, offered without religious cliches, yet pulsing with the same power that once turned despair into dancing. First truth: hope is not an abstract concept. It's a living presence determined to lift you higher than the heaviest burden you carry. Most of us treat hope like a distant sunrise, beautiful, but too far away to warm the night we're living in. Yet Jesus reframed hope as something startlingly near, a hand reaching through darkness, offering lift when your knees buckle under pressure. Think back to the last time relief washed over you for no logical reason. A sudden calm in a hospital corridor, an unexplainable clarity in a messy argument, a moment of laughter that broke through a day of grief. Those flashes weren't luck. They were signs that hope walks into our reality and refuses to leave us buried. The promise is clear. Whatever presses you down, debt, depression, doubts, doesn't get the final word. Hope kneels beside your burden, shoulders its weight, and rises, inviting you to rise too. Not by denying the strain, but by refusing to let the strain define your altitude. Pause and imagine what changes when hope becomes personal. You wake up tomorrow knowing a force greater than circumstance is already invested in your story. The financial statement may still read red. The CT scan may still wait on the kitchen counter. But you stand taller inside because you are convinced something bigger is lifting from beneath. That assurance alters posture long before it alters facts. It steadies your breathing, loosens the knot in your stomach, and primes your mind to recognize solutions you couldn't see while bowing under fear. Hope is not denial, it is oxygen. Breathe it in, and the heaviest load becomes a training ground, not a tombstone. Second truth: your journey is hand in hand, never solo. Modern culture worships the lone hero, self-made, hyper-productive, unflappable. Yet the most human moments Jesus shared were never staged solos. They were walks, meals, conversations, tears shed at gravesides, hands extended to lepers society refused to touch. His life shouted what our world whispers too softly: you were never meant to muscle through valleys alone. When panic attacks tighten your chest at 2 a.m., when shame tries to isolate you after a relapse, when grief ambushes you in the cereal aisle, there is a companion ready to steady your step. Think how your stress changes when you picture that presence beside you in real time. The commute through gridlock traffic becomes less about pulse-racing frustration and more about quiet conversation. Guide me through this day. The tense work review morphs from solitary courtroom to partnered mission. Let's face this together. Even the silent after midnight house, where every appliance hum becomes an echo chamber for worry, turns into sacred ground because you sense another heartbeat in the room. We crave relationships that understand the unsaid, that see the tears we hide behind quick jokes. Jesus modeled that kind of friendship, and he still offers it, closer than your next breath. When he spoke of yokes that are easy and burdens light, he wasn't promising a life free of weight. He was promising to share the yoke shoulder to shoulder, so the weight could no longer crush. Let me press this further. Isolation distorts reality. Alone, a setback looks like an ending. Together, it looks like a plot twist. Alone, doubts multiply. Together, they shrink in the light of honest dialogue. So, practice companionship intentionally. Send the text that says, "I'm struggling, coffee?" Accept the invite you've been dodging. Look up from your phone long enough to make eye contact with the cashier who might need your smile more than you need your latte. And in every encounter, silent or spoken, recognize a divine presence weaving unseen between you, stitching scattered lives into community. Third truth: striving ends where unwavering love begins. We've been taught that value must be earned, Worth must be proven. Love must be negotiated through performance. That mindset turns life into a perpetual audition, where every misstep feels like a pink slip. Jesus disrupted that economy completely. He healed people before they promised to improve, forgave while nails still pierced his wrists, restored dignity before behavior changed. Why? To demonstrate that genuine transformation doesn't sprout from frantic striving. It buds from settled acceptance. Picture the difference. Striving says, maybe if I do more, achieve more, hustle harder, I'll finally be enough. Unwavering love counters. You are already enough for me to move mountains on your behalf. Now let's grow from there. Striving leaves you forever winded, afraid one slip will send everything crashing. Love lets you exhale, finally, so growth can surge from a rested soul instead of a frayed one. It's the difference between racing on a treadmill that goes nowhere and walking a path where every step, no matter how small, moves you forward. Why is this crucial now? Because burnout has become the badge of modern honor. We brag about 5-hour sleep cycles, celebrate inbox zero, and measure status by speed. But under that sheen lie panic disorders, fractured families, and hearts that haven't felt joy in months. Jesus' way is the antidote. Come as you are. Bring the unfinished, the imperfect, the exhausted. Let love hold what your grip can't. In that space, you will find a surprising discovery. Stopping the frantic scramble doesn't make you lazy. It makes you effective. Creativity blossoms because fear no longer throttles imagination. Relationships deepen because you're present, not preoccupied with earning approval. Physical health rebounds because cortisol finally drops. Now some will argue, if I quit striving, everything will fall apart. But look honestly, has all your striving actually delivered peace, or has it delivered only bigger appetites for praise? Unwavering love flips the script. It whispers, rest in being loved first, then work from overflow, not emptiness. That internal shift does more for productivity than caffeine ever could. It fuels sustainable excellence anchored in identity, not insecurity. So let's land this in street-level action. Tonight, when you lay your phone on the nightstand, silently hand over the unsolved issues, the metric you didn't hit, the apology still unsent, the diagnosis still pending. Picture a presence sitting at the edge of the bed, keeping watch while you sleep. Say, I trust you to carry what my mind can't. Tomorrow morning, before algorithms set your mood, breathe one slow breath of gratitude. I wake up lifted, I walk accompanied, I work from love. Throughout the day, when tension spikes, place a hand on your heart and repeat, hope is lifting me. I do not walk alone. My worth is settled. Do these words instantly erase debt or cure disease? No, they do something arguably greater. They realign your internal world so external battles no longer own you. Hope turns burdens into stepping stones. Companionship turns lonely paths into shared adventures. Unwavering love turns exhausting additions into purposeful progress. That triple braided cord is tough to break. My challenge as you leave this space is simple yet seismic. Trade the myth of self-made survival for the miracle of co-authored revival. Dare to believe your heaviest burden is already being lifted. Your solitary road is already joined. And your frantic striving is already answered by a love that declares, you are worth every miracle I have planned. Walk out with that conviction and watch how today's pressures become tomorrow's testimonies of grace. My friends, in this journey of life, we all stumble, we all grow weary, and we all face moments where we question our worth, our strength, and our direction. But today, we've uncovered something powerful, that our weakness is not the end. It's the beginning of a greater rise. That our pain is not wasted. It's planting something beautiful within us. That our scars are not signs of failure, but marks of victory. And most importantly, that when we surrender, we are lifted by a love greater than any force that tries to pull us down. So rise, trust, and walk boldly into the life that's been waiting for you, not defined by fear or shame, but by grace, healing, and purpose. You are not forgotten. You are not broken beyond repair. You are rising. And this is just the beginning of your most beautiful chapter yet. If this message touched your heart, gave you hope, or reminded you of your strength, please give this video a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more encouragement, more truth, and more reminders of who you truly are. We'll meet again with fresh inspiration, new strength, and a deeper sense of purpose. Until then, stay strong, keep rising, and never forget, you are deeply loved.